And quickly on the board is South. For Coastal Alabama, For Coastal Alabama South, Stephen Williams, David Giddens, Makai Jones, Joey Robertson, Joe Brown on the floor. Meanwhile, the starting five for the Coyotes of Coastal North: Tank Washington, Gerard Living, Elijah Lewis, Trey Durant, Gabe Stevens. And both teams with a possession and both teams with a bucket. North on top of South. Won't be able to identify them by Coyotes. You won't know which Coyote I'm talking about. Into the corner to Robertson, putting up the three ball. He'll knock it down. 3 possessions and 3 buckets. Well, if that's what we're going to have tonight, we're going to have a high-scoring affair between these two teams that on a given average night put together about 160 points combined. Stevens giving it to Living into the corner. Duran out of that corner. Trey with the swing pass down low. Living with a miss. That is the first possession that didn't turn into points. Flipped into the paint. Williams held by Lewis. Lewis had an arm on Stephen, and Stephen Williams not able to hit the bucket, but he'll have a chance at the stripe. Atmore, Alabama product. His brother for the last couple of years. A standout here is brother leaves, Shelton. And now here comes Stephen, picking up the slack. And he'll expand the lead to 4. Busy week of basketball this week here on JockJive. Something every day through Saturday. Don't have a day off until Sunday, and we ain't complaining. As Washington will hit the short range too. Topside with it, Jones. Brown to Williams. Spins to try to get around Living. Missed the shot, got it back into the corner. Brown off the rim with a 3-try, and Stevens wrapping up the rebound. Drive into the paint, whistle and foul. And Durant wound up on the hardwood. And he will wind up at the line after the Stephen Williams foul. So an opportunity for the Coyotes from the North Country to knot it up at 7. Well, now the best they can do is 6. 88-76 was the final score when these two teams met on the 8th of November. 1 of 2 goes Durant. Jones across the mid part of the floor. Brown off on the 3-try, tipped by Giddens. Stevens and Brown battling for it. And it will be Coyote South basketball. Coastal South is unbeaten here at the Jack Robertson Arena. 3-0 this year. I need to go back and look at last year. I mentioned this in a game we did when? Saturday, I guess it was. I'm wondering if they have lost here. Only played a handful of games last year. And I can't remember whether they won or lost all or some of those games. And I'm talking about the renovated floor. Of course, the Jack Robertson Arena has been here for years, but it was renovated. And the completion of the renovation happened late last year. Jammed in by Washington. Into the corner to Giddens. Off the rim. Battle for the loose ball, and is tipped into the hands of Lewis. Turnaround J for Lewis. Well, I guess the one thing you can say about this meeting between North and South, the Coyotes will win it. Of course, I guess that also means the Coyotes will lose it. We're headed to the media timeout. 15:53 left to go in the first half. And the homestanding Coyotes up by 1.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
One-point advantage, homestanding Coyotes coming out of the timeout. Brown into the paint, drawing the foul. That is Gerard Living charged with a foul. Brown, a 37% free throw shooter, averaging just about 3 points a game at the line. Trying to break apart the 10-10 tie. He will. That did not look like a 37% free throw shooter, by the way. And speaking of free throw shooting, Coastal South is the best free throw shooting team in ACCC Division I basketball. Got a trio of new Coyotes coming in for Coastal North. That's a little different. It has not been unusual to see 5 new Coyotes in, but this time 3. Ozell Purifoy, Elijah Pippin, and Joshua Whitehurst into the game for North. Into the corner to Giddens. Williams in the paint, a little bit of a rejection. That might have been Purifoy that got a hand on it. Pippin, a glance to the sidelines. Chuck Taylor handing out some instructions. Top of the key, Whitehurst in and out. Whitehurst was the leading scorer for Coastal North when these teams met in November. Giddens with it. Brings it to the elbow. And he, by the way, is the guy that led Coastal South in scoring the last time these two teams met. Nice job by Living. One-point ball game. North on top of South. Fed into the corner. Robertson for 3. Just kind of dipped in and out. Caught both sides of the rim. Fed down low. Jammed in by Purifoy. Tayshawn Gilchrist in the game, bringing it down the floor. Gilchrist, the first Coyote South sub, but it looks like he is about to be joined. Got 2 on the sidelines. Bracco and Odom getting set to come in. Williams trying to get the give and go to Robertson. Stolen away. Purifoy's got it. Into the paint. And he will get fouled. Purifoy to the stripe. A 53% free throw shooter. Averaging 11 points a game. Brown back in. He went out when Gilchrist came in. And also into the ball game for the first time, Bryce Bracco and Quentin Odom. And you speak of some impressive numbers. Odom is an 88% field goal shooter. 88% leads the ACCC. Altarius Beasley into the game for Coastal North. Gilchrist to the timeline. Brown back to Gilchrist. Jones looking the floor over. Into the corner to Bracco. Fakes the three, gives it to Jones. And he'll get the bucket, draw the foul. Want to move by the Crestview product, Makai Jones. And I know we're not that deep into the season, but you've already heard all my stories. So it's nothing new in telling you that he's a Crestview alum. Same school I went to long before Jones was even thought of, much less played basketball. Hand it over to Pippen. Fires into the paint. Beasley rejected by Odom. Jones to Brown, and he'll take it baseline and draw the Pippen foul. Still a 1-point game. Nobody able to early build any momentum. As a matter of fact, the largest lead early has been 4 when South led at 7-3. Tank Washington, another jam. Knocked down by Jones. 17 each. On the road, North is 2-2. I mentioned South, perfect here at the house, and Jack Robertson. Into the corner to Purifoy. Beasley gives to Pippins, and he will pop the 3 ball. As far as Mondays go, one of the Carpenters that said rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Okay, that's a little bit before your time. I get it. Hadn't got these teams down. They are both 1-0 on Mondays. 3-point Coyote North lead as we head to your timeout.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable together. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Well, apparently a technical called on Tank Washington. And Bracco going to shoot the technicals. I don't know if that happened going into the timeout, coming out of the timeout. But it happened. And as a result, without putting the ball in play, South cuts it to a 1-point game. And these are the free throws on the foul committed prior to the timeout. Wow. You're talking about an undribble of the ball once, not a single throw in coming out of the timeout. Yet a 4-point swing. Down by 3 and now up by 1. And how about possession of the basketball to boot? You're talking about the possibility of a 6 or 7-point change before North touches it. Odom misses on the jam and then Walk trying to get it back. You might have heard me talking about that 88% field goal shooting. Jinxed him a little bit. Washington coming off the floor into the game is Xander Stevens for the Coyotes North. By the way, Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals, in the house tonight. Saw him a little bit earlier. Thank you very much, Daniel Head, for the chance to bring all the Coastal home games, whether it's basketball, volleyball, softball, or baseball. Whitehurst, long 2. Brown into the corner to Jones. That is a Gilchrist long 3. It will roll around the cylinder and fall through. Tomorrow, nothing but ladies basketball. I'll be at Coastal North, where I believe it is Southwest Mississippi. Don't hold me to that. And here it is Tallahassee Community College taking on the Lady Coyotes of Coastal South. Jason Thompson will be on the call here. Whitehurst misfiring on the 2, rebounded by Odom. Tipped out of bounds by Whitehurst. Bracco and company keep it. Back over to Gilchrist. Into the paint. That's a lot closer than that long 3 he hit. And Gilchrist with a quick 5 in the game. Lean in by Pippins, rebounded by Odom. Sends it to Bracco. Brown dropping it in. 6-point advantage, largest lead of the game. That is, I think that's Stevens. Yep. Xander Stevens. Foul called on Joe Brown. Stevens, again, I'm not sure if I trust these stats. 25% free throw shooter. Averaging a couple of points a night. Coastal North, a 62.5% free throw shooting team. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Coming into the game, we needed 5 subscribers to hit 5,400. So if you're watching and you haven't, if you could, man, would it make us happy, and then we could set that new goal. Stevens with a block. Lean in by Lemmings. Foul called on Stephen Williams. And Lemmings at the line. Lemming a 75% free throw shooter. But yeah, we're never happy. Got a goal, get it, then you got to have another goal and go for it. But isn't that that's the norm, right? I mean, you can't set one goal, get it, and then go, okay, I'm good. Take the rest of life off. So 5 more subscribers. And we'll hit 54. Odom. Turn around with the right hand. Back to a 6-point lead. Coming up at halftime, by the way, we talked with the commissioner of the ACCC, Dean Myrick. That is Pippins with a miss. Makai Jones back in to Gilchrist. Already hit one of those long threes. Purifoy with a rebound. Into the paint, Whitehurst rattling it in. Jones near the timeline, right side. Coyotes are 2-3, as in the North Coyotes, against the ACCC. Coastal South 1-0 against the conference. A walk by Jones. But within the district, their division, their D2 or D1, whichever the case might be, South hasn't played a game yet. Got a timeout on the floor at the 7:23 mark. Giddens back onto the floor for the Coyotes Sound. Durant back in for North. Also checking into the game is Pope Reed for the Coyotes North. .26 game. Got a good one underway here at the Jack Robertson Arena. That'll go out of bounds. Speaking of Jack Robertson, there he is. The namesake for the arena. Right there on the sidelines. Probably tempted to get up and do a little throw in. Or maybe a little coaching. Durant out front to Whitehurst. Into the paint. And let's see who this foul is on. I want to think Odom and Jones were nearby. It's Odom that committed the foul. And Odom thinking, I got all ball. The official seeing it another way. By the way, junior college football wrapped up its semifinals over the weekend. Congratulations to Iowa Western and Hutchinson. They'll be playing for the national championship on the 18th. Jones dropping in the 2. Both teams with impressive wins and big second halves. Both games pretty close at halftime, but not at the end of the game. Hutch beating Georgia Military. Iowa Western knocking off Northwest Mississippi. In play to Whitehurst. Rebounded by Reed. Back to the glass, rejected by Giddens. One of the alley-oop with Odom, lost it, found in the corner by Whitehurst. Purifoy dropping in the 3. And a 6-point lead evaporates. We're back to a 1-point game. Giddens into the paint. Got a good look, got a good foul. And we will see if he's got a good free throw coming. Livings picking up the foul. That is going to be 2 on Livings. Whitehurst coming out of the game. Pippins, no, that is Elijah Lewis checking in. Joe Brown out and Joey Robertson back in for South. Durant to Reed, Living off the glass. And it's a 2-point game. Flipped into the corner to Robertson. Rattles the 3. In and out, but Jones is there for the putback. Ball swatted away, nearly taken away. Then swatted away, and the foul committed by Odom. And that is going to be at least 2 on Odom. Still Living to shoot. On the 9th day of December. My math skills limited, but I think that means 16 days from Christmas. So if you haven't already got that Christmas shopping list taken care of, that's just a reminder. Only a couple of weeks left. Jones with a miss. Giddens gets it back. Robertson with it. Giddens will try 3. He will hit 3. Seven-point advantage. Largest of the game. Rolls out of bounds off Robertson. A number of changes for North. Pippin's in. Stevens in. Whitehurst back in. Into the paint, lost, able to retrieve it with Stevens. Whitehurst thinking about the three, he'll put up the two. Rattled it, tipped out of bounds. Giddens last touched it. Well, the leading rebounder the last time these two teams met, we haven't seen yet. And I'm looking over to the sidelines to see if I even see a number 33, Reginald Como. Going to travel by William Page. Into the game for North. Gilchrist to Robertson. Robertson with a miss from the corner, rebounded by Purifoy. Got the numbers, one and the jam, missed it. Whitehurst with a miss. Purifoy rejected by Brown, and there's a jump ball. And that will take us to the last time out of the half. 3:44 to play. Home team by 7.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
There he is. I said he was in the house. There is proof. Daniel Head, the athletic director for all of the Coastals. You know, if two Coyotes are playing, the AD's definitely going to be there. Seven-point South lead. That is William Page with his first points of the game. Takes a big bite out of a 7-point lead. Lean in by Gilchrist. Tipped over to Stevens. Page kicks it out to, waiting for the look at the back of the jersey. Reed with a miss down low. That was Whitehurst with the original miss. Giddens with a miss, rebounded by another new face on the floor, Jonathan Fitch. And there is a foul. I think that's going to be called on Reed. It is. Reed coming out of the game. Beasley will go in. Robertson back to Gilchrist. Into the corner, Jones. Backdoor closed by Fitch. Robertson thinking about the three. Stevens changes his mind. Jones in the paint. Into the corner to Brown, and Brown just a little strong with the 3 try. Stolen away by Gilchrist. Jones with the jam. Page had to go back and get it, lost it near midcourt. Stevens back to Page, shoots from the elbow. That'll be tipped out of bounds. And Robertson touched it last. North to put it in play. Page to Whitehurst. And a foul on Brown. Into the bonus, so a 1-and-1 for Whitehurst. As I mentioned, the last time these two teams played, Whitehurst had 18. Led all Coyotes north. Into the corner, Jones, Robertson. Back over to Gilchrist. Able to get it to Gilchrist. The lob, Robertson to Jones. Off the glass. And there was a whistle, a foul that knocked down Jones. And that'll be Page charged with the foul. So Page bails out Jones, who was running out of time. Shot clock dwindling. Jones 1 of 2. Seven-point game matching the larger South lead. Whitehurst missing on the 3. Beasley got it back, couldn't get it into the cylinder. There is a foul, though. And that is going to be charged to Gilchrist. So Beasley shooting. A 50-50 free throw shooter. Well, if you're looking at potential game highs, highest offensive output of the year for North, 94. Highest for South this year, 111. Into the corner to Giddens. Giddens taking a baseline, feeds to Jones. Left-handed toss to a wide-open David Giddens. And South's got their biggest lead at 9. And a travel on Purifoy. Coyotes calling a timeout with a second left in the half, trying to draw something up that will give them a double-digit lead headed into the locker room at halftime. 1 second left in the half. Let's see what the Coyotes South can do with a tick on the clock. And there's your answer. Send us to the locker room at halftime in a 9-point ball game. Entertaining first half. Coyotes leading the Coyotes at halftime by 9. Coming up at the half, it is a conversation with the commissioner of the ACCC, Dean Myrick. That is right at 30 seconds away.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Good to have with us at halftime the commissioner of the ACCC, Dean Myrick. Commissioner, how are you?
I am good. A little chilly, but good.
It is a bit on the chilly side, but I reserve all of my complaining for the heat.
Yeah,
I'm good
absolutely.
with the cold.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, November 17th, I guess it was, there was a press conference introducing the fact that flag football would be coming to the ACCC this year. Take us back a little bit and tell us how all this came to fruition.
Well, we actually started in 2021 when the high schools kind of started, their venture into that, and we just kind of watched it. So there was interest actually going back to 2021, but gosh, the more they kept growing, we felt like this was a perfect time for us to get in on the action and provide those extra opportunities, for the young women. So we actually have been discussing this a little bit since 21, but it really amped up since early summer in meeting with the Parks and Recreation Association, as well as the High School Association at the time with Alvin Briggs. So, it exploded at the high school level, and, the way that our conference is going with growth and, just the positive future that we have with the conference, we just felt like this was a really good time to go into that and see where it went. But, the press conference was great. We knew it would go well, but it by far exceeded expectations with the amount of individuals that attended, that viewed online. We have, heard from numerous media markets or companies that news and so forth that have aired that and have reached out for additional interviews. So it has blown up in a very good way. A lot of positive traction moving forward from the high school teams. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from them. So as you heard at the press conference, it's all about providing extra opportunities for the female student athletes. And we feel like, this is a great sport for us. It's popular within the state. It's growing nationally, and feel like it's a good time for us.
I do not know if there's any correlation at all with the WNBA, which has just had an explosion in interest. Maybe it's not related to that, but it does seem as though women's sports has grown in a tremendous fashion from the standpoint of interest. Why is that? And where this is concerned, there just seemed to be this feel of excitement about this announcement.
I can't explain it, and you could kind of feel it in the room when people started gathering a couple weeks ago, and you could feel the excitement. I can sense it, with our schools, our ADs and presidents. So yes, I would agree. Female athletics is really gaining in popularity as well it should, and we are about providing those opportunities, and feel like that we can reach a population, of student athletes that in the past we may not have, been able to reach. So, there'll be a few that are dual sport athletes at the high school level. I've heard from some softball, coaches, hey, when I was recruiting for softball, they would ask me to come watch them play flag in the fall, at the high school level. So, that may not be possible at our level to play dual sports. It would just depend on what coaches want. But, yes, I would agree. I don't know if there is a correlation with the WNBA, but I just think overall, starting at the ground roots level, and we worked a lot, again, with the Parks and Recreation, because even at that level, at the ground roots level, in these communities, flag football has really taken off, which is spread to the high school level, which, we hope will spread to our level, as well.
This is the third day of December. We could be playing this in January as well. I mean, the interview, because of your popularity, we will have you at halftime for a number of games. But as of the 3rd of December, how many schools are already in to participate in flag football?
We're looking at 9, and I think that could go as high as 12. But it looks like a minimum of 9, which is, our goal was 8. And starting in the fall of 25, I expect there to be a lot more additions in the fall of 26. I think some, with everything else, are just kind of sitting back and saying, okay, how's this really going to go? And I really think, once they see how it's going to go and the popularity and the support, they're going to be all in the fall of 26. So I'm looking 8 minimum, and probably a maximum of 12 coming up this fall of 25, which is a good number for us. And like we shared in the press conference, we will have more in Alabama than the country combined, as far as flag football. So we're hoping that we can drive that popularity and get my colleagues across the country to look at starting that. But we're in a good position because we have enough schools that we can kind of do what we want to do. We don't have to rely on outside entities to schedule to play games, so on and so forth. So we can stay in state and have a full schedule, and I think we will have some really good teams. If you look at the quality of flag football at the high school level, it's amazing. And we'll see 4 of those teams tomorrow at the Super 7, competing for, state championships. But I believe at one time we had 4 high schools ranked in the top 20 in the country. Phoenix City, Central Phoenix City is number 1 right now in the country. So if you've never seen it, I urge you to go watch a game. It's really, really exciting, and those young women they get after it.
It starts in the fall of 25, and the first conference tournament will be in the spring of 26. Is that correct?
Yes. As of right now.
All right, we got a limited amount of time, so I want to get to one other topic, at least one other. Baseball Division II. I don't think we've talked about this in an interview yet, but if we have, we're going to do it again. There is a location now where D2 will be playing, and that announcement came, I guess, about a month back. So you're going to Montgomery again.
We're bringing baseball back to Montgomery and then Patterson Field. Be the first time since we have been at Patterson since 1998. So we're looking forward to that. I know our coaches are excited. So we'll play the first 4 days at Patterson Field, and then our championship and if game will be at Biscuit Stadium. They've been very kind to us to allow us to play there on their off day. So we're excited for this. Patterson has done a lot of upgrades to the field, and we met 2 weeks ago, and they're looking to do some more upgrades as far as the stands and stuff. So we're excited. I feel like this will be more conducive to the D2 tournament because of geography, as all of our D2 teams, except for one, are south of I-85, corridors. So we feel like that will help with attendance as well. So we're looking forward to it, and I know it'll go well. And the city of Montgomery is really excited as well.
And, of course, D1 baseball stays in Oxford. D1 basketball back at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Great facility from a year ago. D2's got a new home, too, moving to Montevallo. How did that happen?
We were scrambling, and I started looking at, possible facilities. And that time of year, the end of February, is difficult to find a four-year school. You've got to find who's not playing at home, that weekend. And if they're not playing at home, are they willing to bring in, an outside tournament when, as we know, a lot of the assistants and all come from those teams. So, Montevallo and, athletic director Mark Richard was very receptive to us coming, and we look forward to that, and we'll start. Me, Robert. We're always looking into the future, so we're already talking about what happens after 2025, and I would like to kind of plant our flag. I know that's a bad thing to say after last weekend with the football, but we're looking to plant our flag somewhere and get more of a permanent, location where we're not, having to find different locations, year to year.
All right, let's bring the conversation full circle. You talked about looking ahead. Let's go to 2026 spring and a championship site for flag football. Where might that be?
I don't know, but I will say since that news conference, I've had 4 entities reach out wanting to host it. So it's, again, that's just one part of it. But once we shared that, it's been hey, we'd like to get in on that, and how can we get involved? So and it's kind of growing for all of our sports as well, Robert. I had someone reach out yesterday and went and took a tour of their facility, that are interested in bidding. So, and we've had one entity that's expressed an interest in bidding on all of our tournaments, to kind of, like I said, plant our flag somewhere. And so we'll see how that turns out. And, if it's something that's good, not only for the conference, but for our teams and, student athletes as well.
Well, Dean Myron, Commissioner of the ACCC, we appreciate so much the update on the conference, flag football specifically, but the new locations too for D2 basketball and baseball. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for all you do with us, and we'll see you at a game soon.
Thanks. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Second half action. A 9-point halftime lead for Coastal Alabama South. That is the largest lead of the first half. Nobody had a double-digit lead. Let's see if things change in half number 2. South will be in possession to begin the half, and they've got the same 5 on the floor that began the ball game. Jones, Brown, Robertson, Williams, and Giddens. Meanwhile, a little different look for the Coyotes North as Robertson drops in the 3. You've got Pippins, Living, Purifoy, Whitehurst, and Washington on the floor to begin half number 2. And of those 5, only Living and Washington were part of the starting 5. Whitehurst, Purifoy straddling the arc to the elbow. Washington outside of the arc. Whitehurst steps in and drops in the long 2. I want to think the opening 4 possessions saw a score in the first half. And here we are with 3 possessions. And it looks like you're going to have a 2 out of 3, which according to Meatloaf ain't bad, which of course is another reference to a 70s song, I'll Stop. Topside give to Whitehurst. Misses on the 3. Giddens with the rebound. Of course, my career got started in the 70s in music, but okay, it wasn't pop. Giddens at the timeline. Trying to get a pass off, but Washington denied it. Purifoy jamming it in on the other end of the floor. Jones out front. Williams with the screen. Pippins following Jones to the baseline. Williams back over to Jones. That's Giddens for 3. And he will knock it down. Giddens can pop it from anywhere. Pippins backing it out. Resetting the offense for North. Working in right side. Brown defending. Washington will try the 3. Well, if you thought that was outside of his range, think again. Drops in the long ball. Robertson taken away by Purifoy. Got the numbers on the other end of the floor. He'll jam it in for 2. Trim it down to a 6-point lead. Giddens, wow, another 3. Both teams riding a single game win streak. North knocking off Florida Gateway 85-62 in their last outing. South a 95-72 win on Saturday over the University of Mobile's JV. There is a whistle. And a foul on Living. That's going to be 3. Brought in from the baseline by South. Fed down low to Williams with the left hand, left side. Not good with the first, but good with the two-handed second. Into the corner, Whitehurst, and Whitehurst will draw the foul. Joey Robertson committing the personal. It's got us to the media timeout with 16:55 to play, half number 2.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
This isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Whitehurst at the stripe, coming out of the timeout, goes 1 of 2. Gilchrist tipped by Pippins into the hands of Whitehurst. And that is Washington off the glass. Swing past Jones. Stevens squares up. Back into the corner to Jones. Athleticism got it off. It came in and out. Pippins to Whitehurst. He'll put up the long 2. Gilchrist with the rebound. Purifoy able to grab it. In traffic, and he will draw the foul. So Purifoy to the stripe. The sophomore, who has started 7 games this year. One of 1, 2, 3 double-digit scores. Well, in the first half, I was talking about the offensive output. Best for the year, the 94 for North and the 111 for South. Their best defensive showing was 41. I'll make that 58. 58 against Delgado for Coastal North. And South, 72. That just happened on Saturday against the University of Mobile's JV. Odom into the game, got hooked by Beasley, I believe. And yep, foul call on Beasley. And that's 3 on Beasley. So you've got Beasley with 3, Living with 3. Hidden to put it in play from the baseline. Screen set by Unum. Gilchrist gives to Robertson. Out of the corner comes Bracco into the ball game. Giddens, he's been popping those, and he does it again. Trey Duran into the game, has it out front, gives into the corner to Washington. Purifoy into the paint, leans in for two. Gilchrist gets fouled. That'll be charged to Beasley. That is 4 now on Beasley. Gilchrist, a very good free throw shooter. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. 81%. Averaging 9 a game. One of two. For both teams, we've got their next outing. Coastal North is at home on Wednesday against the University of Mobile's JV. Coastal South at home on the 12th, Thursday, against Pearl River. And we'll have them both for you. And Jason Thompson will be on the call. I will be in Birmingham at the ALA BCA annual convention. And no, not for fun, working. Whitehurst with him is. So Jason's going to handle basketball here tomorrow night. Monroeville on Wednesday, back here on Thursday. He'll be here Friday, and I'll be at Coastal North on Friday. And then our Saturday basketball takes us to Americus, Georgia. First look at the men's team at South Georgia Tech, taking on Tallahassee. December is usually a little less busy basketball-wise, but this year a little different. Giddens missing the short-range shot, living with a board. Stepping out of bounds is Purifoy. Coastal South with an 8-point lead. Down low it goes to Williams. Gilchrist tipped by Living, but Williams didn't give it up. Gilchrist got it. Robertson, 3-ball, no good. And then out of bounds off Giddens. Eight-point lead with 12 to go. Washington over to Purifoy. Into the paint. And the whistle prior to the drive, I believe. That'll be charged to Gilchrist. And it will get us to the media timeout. 11:55 to play. Coastal Alabama South with the lead at the Jack Robertson Arena. Name for that young man's father, Bobby Robertson, head coach at South. Just about all white. Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. I got a feeling the conversations with that group of young ladies is very interesting. Washington with a drive and 2. Williams into the paint, shoots over Living, trying to bank it, rebounded by Purifoy. Pushes it. Draws the foul. It'll be charged to Robertson. And will be brought in from the baseline. Jones in, Gilchrist coming out for South. Pippin's top side, Bracco defending. Livings into the corner. Lewis into the ball game, fires back over to Livings. Off the rim with a 3-try, rebounded by Robertson, who boxed down Washington. Jones from the top of the key. Off the rim and out of bounds. And don't forget, still looking for 5. Of course, we might have those 5, but just in case we don't, looking for 5 subscribers to our YouTube channel. Push us over the 5,400 mark. And not only do you get access to this game, but you got access to interviews, shows, conversations, and more when you sign up. And heck, while you're at it, while you're at the computer, and while you're surfing, might as well follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Oh, and Blue Sky. That's the new one. Hey, if they're free, we sign up for them. I think we've got one Blue Sky follower. We have not been particularly active yet. Over goes to Bracco. Flips it back out to Robertson. Williams in the paint. Bracco putting up the 3. He's got it. Lead expands to 8. As we get inside, 10 minutes to play. Bracco into the corner to Jones. 6 unanswered points. And a timeout on the floor asked for by Coyotes North, as South goes up by 11.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. That's the pack. That's coastal Alabama.
Yeah, Mama's got her hands full, but I think that's by Baby's choice. There's Baby's going, we want Mama. I get it. Don't have any babies in the house, got a fur baby. Same thing, though. Always wants Mama. Overshooting Washington on the inbound. That is not what Chuck Taylor wanted coming out of the timeout. And Pippins will come off the floor and Durant checks in. And the new JUCO Rush drops tomorrow. It is all about junior college football. Speaking of football, there was a tackle and a tumble and a fumble and a loose ball. South still in possession. And I think we're talking with Drew Dallas, head coach at Hutch. Scott Strohmeyer, head coach at Iowa Western. The two teams vying for the NCAA football championship. Going to travel, and it is the Coyotes North in possession. And it, by the way, available on YouTube tomorrow when it drops. And on the 18th, the football season comes to an end for junior college. But non-football as a subject matter. Recruiting and signees and all that good stuff starts. Off the rim with a Jones try. Got the brackets that hold the goalpost up. And that is considered out of bounds. Into the paint on the other end. Living gets fouled. And Living trying to slice into this 9-point lead. All right, we've talked about the best defensive and offensive performances of the year for both. You want the worst offensive and defensive performances? Worst for North offensively was 41 against Bishop. And for South, it was 66 scored against Pearl River. Their worst defensive showing for North, it was 82 that Southern Union scored. And for South, it was the 93 that Pearl River scored. At the moment, doesn't look like we're going to set any records tonight, any season marks. Jones gets fouled. Last meeting this year between these two. They are out of division foes, so won't meet in any postseason. They've already played once in Monroeville. And now here in Bay Minette. Rebound to my living. Slides it over to Durant. Purifoy drawing the Brown foul. So Purifoy shooting. Short on the first shot, and he'll get one more. Rest of the week, I've already mentioned, women's basketball tomorrow night. Coastal North on Wednesday, men's action. Men's and women's on Thursday. Men's and women's basketball Friday too. And then a men's game only Saturday in Georgia. What a neat move by Jones. Fanda Whitehurst back into the game. Durant with it out front. Into the corner, that is Lewis with a miss, able to get the rebound. And we'll send it out front to Durant. Giddens comes out not to bump Durant, but he did. And that's got us to another one of those timeouts we take for folks like us. The media. 7:35 to play in a 3-possession game.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Durant with the first of now 2, making the front end of the 1-and-1. Williams coming into the ball game for the Coyotes. Brown leaving in a 7-point contest. Also Reed coming into the ball game for North, and Living will leave. Gidden lost it, bringing it into the paint, trying to get it back, battle for the loose ball, and eventually it winds up in the corner. Gidden's able to get it. Robertson to Jones. Robertson, and the jam with a tick left on the shot clock by Williams. A whistle on the other end of the floor. Robertson picking up his 4th foul. And Lewis will be shooting. Still a lot of time to go. Just a smidge under 7 minutes. Purifoy with a rebound, got a jump ball, and the possession arrow keeps us on this end of the floor. Durant to put it in play from the baseline. Able to get it out front to Purifoy. Out of the corner comes Lewis. Short on the shot, rebounded by Durant. Put back, not there. Jones able to grab it. To the other end of the floor, laid up and in by Gilchrist. Lobbed over to Reed. Reed with a miss. Tipped out and Giddens has it. Stolen away by, well, they did not get the alley-oop. Whitehurst trying to get it to Purifoy. Another steal. Whitehurst does it again. Spin move, Purifoy, and he will draw the foul. David Giddens picking up the personal. Ozell Purifoy shooting. It is a spot where the Coyotes North have struggled. They are the 8th best team in a 9-team Division II in shooting from the stripe. Their forte, the rebounds. They are the best in the conference. Meanwhile, for the Coyotes South, their strength is that free throw shooting. They are number 1 in Division I. Hand check by Jamin Duncan, who just checked into the game. Reed coming out. Living back in. Lewis coming out. And Washington back in. Hand off to Gilchrist. Brings it down low, missed the shot, but drew the foul. So Gilchrist going to the line. Duncan picking up his second personal. Robertson out of the game for the Coyotes South. Deshaun Hyman in. And Gilchrist, shot number 2 from the line. Back to a double-digit lead. Washington with a drive. Onum kind of backed the hands off to avoid the goaltend. Jammed in by Onum. Down to Living. Brown reaches in, tries to take it away. Give goes to Purifoy, spins, short on the shot, and Gilchrist with it. Outside of the lane with a Hyman three, Living grabs it. And Gilchrist committing the foul that will send Whitehurst to the line. Joshua Whitehurst, a 74% free throw shooter, number 2 scorer on the team, 13 a game. Rebounded by Odom. Bracco taking it down the floor. Brown coming out of the corner. Handoff goes to Gilchrist. 4.5 to play in the game. Lob to Odom, trying to jam it. And apparently Living. No, it wasn't Living. That's 2 hands. I think that's a 1 and a 2. So it is Whitehurst. He commits the personal, his second of the game. And Odom, a little short on his first of 2. Well, you talk about shooting percentages. From the floor, 88%. From the line, 82%. Missed 2. Doesn't do that often. Lewis bumped by Bracco. That'll be a 2-shot foul for Lewis. Coyotes North coming in with a 6-5 mark. Coyotes South 5-2. Brown out, Gilchrist in. In a 9-point game. Still a chance for the Coyotes North. Coyotes South would love to put this one away. Jones with a miss from long range. Off the glass, Purifoy. And Purifoy with a touch foul. And that has got us to the last media timeout of the ball game. 3:48 to play. South up by 7.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Three minutes, 48 seconds left to play. Makai Jones shooting. Shooting a 1-and-1. Best free throw shooting team in the ACCC. And Jones with his first. South fourth in scoring, fourth in field goal percentage, seventh in three-point shooting percentage-wise. I mentioned number one in free throws, 6 in rebounds and 2 in assists per game. That's in Division I in the ACCC. Living with a reverse the foul and a chance for 3. Meanwhile, Coastal North is number 5 in Division II in scoring, 2 in field goal percentage, 5 in three-point percentages, 8 in free throw shooting percentage, 1 in rebounds and 4 in assists. And there's another foul, this one on Washington. Washington said, I did not foul him. Of course, seldom did he who fouled admit the foul. Well, I don't know what happened that took us away from the stripe. Gives the ball back over to North in a 6-point game. It's potentially a key whatever that kept South from shooting. Purifoy to Washington, down low to Living. Living fakes right, goes left. Hits the 2, it's a 4-point game. Stolen away by Washington. In and out, rebounded by Gilchrist. Into the corner to Giddens. Off the rim with the 3. North with the numbers. And the putback by Purifoy. It is a 2-point game. And there is a timeout on the floor. Coyotes watching that lead dwindle to 2 with 2:15 to go. Two-point ball game. In play to Robertson. Over to Giddens. Gilchrist with it. Into the paint. Left-handed shot. No good off Living. And out of bounds. In play from the baseline. Dropped in for 2. Purifoy, the offensive Use the non-dribbling hand to shove aside Gilchrist. And it is the Coyotes of Coastal North asking for time as the lead doubles to 4 with 1:43 to go.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Well, I know she's rooting for the Coyotes. I just wonder which set of Coyotes. I mean, she's right there at the midsection. So I would assume North, but right across the aisle, I would assume South. Or maybe she's just here enjoying some great basketball. Wow, what a ball game. 1:43 to play. (79-75). South trying to expand it to the outer edges of a 2-possession game, or maybe even a 3-possession contest. Gilchrist with a drive. Banks it. Coyotes by 6. Jumper a little bit short from Lewis. Jammed in by Williams. Lead goes to 8. Purifoy off the side of the backboard and Giddens with it. And now the Coyotes South with the luxury of running some time off the clock, as that is tipped out of bounds. In play to Robertson. Jumper from Williams. Rebounded by Living. Purifoy, shot blocked. Gilchrist has got it. To Robertson, off the glass for 2. Washington, little baby jam. And it looks like the Coyotes from the South Country Bay Minette going to let the clock run out. And this one will go final. It is an 85-77 final. And with a win, the Coyotes South go to 6-2 on the year. The North Coyotes fall to 6-6. And that home record stays perfect for Coastal South, improving to 4-0. And their Monday record, perfect too, at 2-0. And how about that record against Alabama teams? It's unblemished as well. Thanks so much for watching our coverage tomorrow night. Ladies basketball both here and in Monroeville. I'll be in Monroeville. Jason Thompson will be here. Be sure to follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to watch this game over and over, download it too. Sign up for our premium channel on the website. For Daniel Head, the AD, and all the Coastals, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.